It's time for us to have a little chit chat, okay? In the last couple of weeks, I've always done that. And some of these videos have gotten a lot of traffic, some others have not. In the last couple of weeks, I've made 2 videos about my son. And I'm going to address some of the comments because y'all need it. Y'all fucking need it, okay? So the first video was, we were at an indoor playground and my child was, without his consent, touched by an elderly white man, pet on the head, can appear to be pretty innocent. I don't give a fuck, okay? So I addressed it in the presence of my child. The second one was a video, and mind you, my kid was not shown. You can hear his voice, you can hear the man I was talking to, but my child was not visible, clearly. The second one was a video where, yet again, my son was not visible. I spoke to my child about a behavior he displayed in school where he called a classmate of his gay. And both these videos have gotten a shitload of traffic that came with even more comments. And most of the comments were incredibly positive, and I am so grateful and I'm so appreciative of all the comments that came and be like, hey, you did really well. I'm a gay person myself, and I wish that other people would have educated their children early enough, etc., etc. And I first of all want to say I really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys watching it, and even more, I appreciate the comments that are like, oh my God, I'm going to use this as an example to do that with my own children. Fucking stop already. Because like, to come to think of the fact that there's someone that watches my videos and like, yeah, I'm going to do it like Nicole. Stop. Okay. My ego through the fucking roof. But let's come to the more serious part of it, shall we? Of course, the first video, people were like, oh, you do not need to talk about everything. You do not need to make everything about race. You do not need to make everything an issue. You're teaching your children to be overly scared of people. That was like the main negative comments I got. Besides the fact that I was allegedly rude. Which is insane. It's fucking insane because if you know, had it been you know who I am, you know that I held it together with thoughts and prayers because I was not rude. I was not rude. There is no measurement of humanity that could have labeled me rude in this video, okay? Just for reference, there was a video I made last year where a woman chased my kids away from a public playground. There is water coming from the ground. Because my kids chased away the pigeons. The pigeons in that particular area are in the hundreds, okay? People feed them, they come there all the time. My kids wanted to play with the water, the pigeons were all over the place, they chased the pigeons away. This woman straight up went for my kid's neck. And even then, I wasn't rude. I called her every name in the book, subconsciously. Okay, I didn't call her like real insults, but you know, I was fucking furious because she said things like they should get away, that they do not belong here, and these things are fucking racially charged. It is what it is. So I do not hesitate when it comes to my children. Let me just say that first and foremost. And I do not give a fuck if my way of talking, my voice, my choice of words, my way of approaching life triggers you. I don't give a fuck, okay, respectfully. All that matters to me is my kids. And when I'm out and about with my children, I don't care if it's the little one at 6 or if it's my oldest at 22. If you want shit, I will give you shit times 10. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think you are. My kids are never, ever going to be the subject to your aggression and your racism. I would rather eat jail food before I see that happening. And that's on that, okay? Simply because when something happens, anything of that matter, my kids look for me. They look at me for guidance, for protection. They look at me for an idol. They look at me for identification. They look at me for peace. they look at me for anything in life at this point. Probably not my older ones anymore, but my younger ones, they definitely do. And never, ever will I ever put my kids in a position where they will be like, why didn't my mom speak up? I will not. So your feelings have no room in this. You can agree to disagree. I don't care. But, and you can tell me, and I will still tell you I don't care. My approach is the way it is. I am the way I am. You can like it or you can leave it, okay? What you will not do, and I will always drag your ass for that, is give me fucking parenting advice when I didn't ask for it. Because your mom couldn't even get it right, okay? So please, humble yourself. Now to the second video, when I was confronting my son about something he did in school. I got a note from his teacher. My child was not visible in the video. That's neither here nor there. The main point of criticism I got is that I am subjecting my son to bullying. I am exposing him. I'm not respecting his privacy. And first of all, you're wrong. Probably that's your perception of things, which is completely fine. However, I did not discuss any of his medical history. I didn't discuss his character, nothing like that. I discussed a systemic issue with him. And that's where you guys missed the point. You accuse me of not maintaining my son's privacy, not protecting him, when in reality, my son did something that is very common, using someone's sexuality as an insult. And I have a moral responsibility as a mother, as a mother that is raising someone that is going to participate in this society at some point in his life. I have a responsibility of doing better than your mom did. And the fact that I put it on the internet, you can like that or you can dislike that. And for the clowns of you asking me, oh, this boy needs his father. His dad watched the video. His dad was literally one of the first people that watched that video. He watches every single of my videos. He had the exact same conversation with him behind closed doors. If I decide to put anything on the internet, I do that because I think it's important. And deconstructing homophobia is important because social injustice can only be ended if you are being intersectional. And my children, yes, they are experiencing systemic discrimination, racism, in some cases sexism. That does not give them the right to participate in oppression of other people. And as long as I'm alive, my children are going to be raised with an intersectional understanding of justice. If you cannot relate to that, that's on you, not on me, okay? And that has nothing to do with exposing my son or embarrassing my son. Nothing of that ever happened. And it also has nothing to do with the fact that he cannot have a private conversation with his mother without me pulling my phone out. The fuck you mean? 95% of my videos have nothing to do with my children in it. Now you saw 2 videos where I spoke with my child or about my child in a situation and you automatically conclude that my kids cannot have private conversations with me when all my content is literally about everybody else on the internet. Fucking up and being racist. Okay. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion and I'm entitled to not give a fuck. Okay? You can judge. Of course, you would judge me based on what I put out there. And that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, I will do better than your mom did. And I cannot stress that enough. Because the fact that you don't see that these conversations are necessary is exactly why I have them. The fact that you think, oh, if gay is not an insult, why are you talking to him about it? Shut the fuck up. You know damn well that gay is being used as an insult globally. That it factually should not be an insult doesn't mean that it is not or that has not been turned into one. You know damn well that homophobic mindsets is an ongoing issue in a heteronormative society that we live in. So to everybody that was saying, oh my God, I pity the child. Oh my God, where's the father of the child? We are good over here. Okay. Not that I owe you any justification, but here we are. Okay. I get that with putting your business on the internet, people will always criticize you. And you can do that. And I'm free not to care. So I said what I said, and that's it. Okay. Maybe you should try and be a bit more intersectional. then you might understand why these conversations are important. I'm just saying.